Hello, everybody. Make sure my mic is on. I think it is, and I'm getting volume. Yes. Happy Wednesday to everybody. It's Weather Extra time. And what a bizarre day in the Tennessee Valley in terms of a warm day today, a warm day tomorrow, maybe record-setting warmth tomorrow, and we're going to do it with a lot of cloud cover. That's odd for November. Usually if you pop one of those like big-time 75, 78 kind of days, you usually have some sunshine with it, but it is real gloomy outside. I did have a little sun at the house when I stopped at home to eat, and then I came back and the clouds are winning out. And you can see on the Parkway Huntsville camera, it's pretty much overcast right now, but let me show you another look. This is crazy in the shoals right now. So moments ago, and it happened this morning, there was all this fog that was over the Wilson Dam and you couldn't see it. And literally when I walked in here, it was just covered with fog. I couldn't see it. But now you can actually see it. So the visibility is improving a little bit, but you can see the grayness and the cloudy and the gloominess. And we do have some fog still out there right now that are impacting areas mainly to the west. I think it was like not just in the shoals, but also like Haleyville had some fog. Coleman has some fog. So it's one of those like gray, gloomy kind of days. It feels real humid outside. That's not typical for November. In fact, when Eric Burke was on air this morning, the temperatures were in the mid to upper 60s. When he came to work, they were 70. And that's higher than what our high temperatures should be this time of year. So a very unique pattern and very warm right now. And these warm temperatures, they're sticking around right up until about Thanksgiving, so they're not going anywhere. A lot of times when we have this surge of warm air and the times when you think it should be cooler, the number one question you all ask is, what about the chance for storms? When we transition from warm to cool, are we looking at any kind of severe weather? And the answer to that question right now is no. But there is a chance for some rainfall in the forecast, and I'll time it out for you here, and I'll go through the next couple of hours, and I'll also look towards the weekend and then beyond, okay? So satellite and radar, what we have is there's a big area of low pressure up in New England, and there's this like draped stationary boundary. It's not really moving anywhere, right? So if you're south of that boundary, you're really warm. If you're north of that boundary, you're cooler or even downright cold if you go more north, right? So we had a few little quick hitting showers this morning. Those showers have dissipated, moved into Georgia, and then poof, gone. But you see that big gray area in Huntsville? That's where that cloud cover is, and it's like just sticking around. And what it's doing, you know, even though it's warm outside and the dew points are so high, you need the temperatures to go up a little bit more to get rid of that fog, but the clouds are making that difficult. But we'll probably stay overcast this afternoon and just be warm. I don't think we get very much sunshine, if any at all. Now, the main player is back in Texas, and I didn't draw the fronts in because it just gets to be too many lines. But you see some rain for where that 40 is, near Amarillo. There's going to be a front that eventually ejects out of Texas, and as it moves closer during the day tomorrow, we got fog and clouds, but eventually it'll bring some more widespread rain, not that hit or miss stuff we had this morning. And that will bring a real good chance of rain in here. It looks like Thursday night late, and then Friday, 2 waves of rain Friday that could bring some showers and storms. The storms right now look like they will be just big rainmakers, nothing severe. We're watching it closely, but overall severe weather threat remains really low, everybody, which is good. So here's your temperatures right now. Waking up this morning, we were in the 60s, now a few more 70s popping. And we'll probably go mid-70s even with the clouds today. Again, that's real unique for this time of year and this area, but just goes to show you how warm the air mass is. And we have some fog now. If you don't have fog, you'll likely have it tonight. And some of that fog could be locally dense. I'm filling in for Eric Burke tomorrow, and I imagine that I'll be talking about visibilities that will be less than a quarter of a mile. Would not be surprised if there's a dense fog advisory for the morning commute tomorrow. Very mild air. And then we track some showers, and I probably should change that backdrop because that's blue and gorgeous with all those colors there, but it's not going to be all that blue the next 3 days. I need to put a little bit more cloud cover in that backdrop. But showers come in Thursday. I put PM showers, letting you know at home that that's going to be more at night. And then showers and thunderstorms in the forecast for Friday, playing down the severe threat, mainly just a rainmaker. And we have a 40% chance of showers on Saturday. I'm almost tempted to kind of chop that off in the afternoon because it looks like right now most of the rain will move out by like 7 in the morning Saturday, which means much of the day will just be cloudy. And then most of Sunday is dry too. So maybe not the brightest weekend, but certainly not a washout for Saturday and Sunday. There'll be times when it's dry. So if you're thinking about getting some shopping done, I mean, Thanksgiving next Thursday, maybe you're going and getting prepped, getting some of the stuff or things you need for Thanksgiving, maybe doing a little Christmas shopping or putting up some lights outside. It's not a washout Saturday and Sunday. There'll be a lot of time when it's dry. Tracking next week, a few showers, and let me pull this up so you can actually see the 10-day, and it will be right up in your face. There you go. And yeah, a few showers Monday, another chance of rain Tuesday, and then a sharp cold front will move through sometime right around Thanksgiving, and that's going to drop your temperatures back a bit. So we're going to go from above average temperatures for about 7 more days, and then we'll dip back below average as we go into Thanksgiving Day, Black Friday, and that weekend looks a little cool too. So eventually some cooler air may be putting you in the holiday spirit a bit more as we go into the tail end of that 10-day forecast. But it's a long stretch of above average temperatures. I talked about this at the beginning of the month, saying that there was a really good chance that our temperatures would probably be above average for a good chunk of the rest of the month. This was back on like November 5th. And here we are the week before Thanksgiving, and we're way above average. And even that air that comes in for Thanksgiving and the following day on Black Friday is chilly by all accounts. Don't get me wrong, I'm not playing it down. But it doesn't look like it's like bone chilling cold. In fact, Monday 2 weeks ago, right before Veterans Day, when we were like 38 with flurries, that may end up being the coldest day of the entire month. But looking beyond the 10-day, everyone, now you get past Thanksgiving, there's some people out there that want to talk cold and they want to have a little more winter feel outside, not necessarily snow, but they want it to be colder. It does look like when we flip the calendar from November to December, and that will happen very quickly after that 10-day forecast because Thanksgiving is so late this year, that it does look like that when we get into December, there's another shot of colder air coming in. So the overall pattern changes from very mild to consistently more in the way of colder or cooler as we flip the calendar from November to December. Doesn't mean we're going to have big snow. I didn't say that. Please don't say anything like that. But it does look like that there will be certainly a change in the pattern where it will be more consistently cooler. And yeah, that would be kind of timing it out. That'd be kind of the week. That would be the week of the Christmas parade. That's on December 2nd, I do believe, this year. I know because we walk in it, and I have it saved on my phone somewhere. So yeah, so those of you who aren't big fans of really mild temperatures, there is some change coming. And it's towards the end of the 10-day and then into the next month too. Last night was crazy. So I sit outside in patio time. Of course, it gets dark so early, it's ridiculous. And I poured some soda, and I had it in a cup, and I go to grab my soda, and I couldn't believe it. But you know, like when your drink sweats a little bit because it's so humid outside? Yeah, it did that last night. It was crazy. Didn't need a heater, didn't need a blanket, didn't need anything. It was like perfect patio night, right? It was wild. It didn't feel like November at all. So I tried to get in the mood of the holiday season and watch a little Hallmark during the day. And you go outside and you're like, oh, it feels like September. Yeah. Eric joked about that on air this morning. It was pretty funny. So, but we got TVL coming up at 11 to 11:30, and then the new newscast at noon. We'll have all your updates on your news stories. I'll keep the weather updated for you with a couple of hits, not only during TVL, but also during the noon show. And enjoy the warm temperatures, even though it's not a glamorous warm. It's still above average, and for those of you who like that, this is your part of the forecast for the next week, and then the changes come. So, and we all know that eventually it's going to cool off, right? So savor, live in the moment for now if you like the warm temperatures, because you got them for a couple more days. And hopefully we can squeeze out some decent rain on Friday too. That would be nice. We're not a drought or anything like that. I want to nip that in the butt real quick. Never really were in a true drought in North Alabama. But can't hurt to get a little rain at times too. And we have a real good chance of that on Friday. So everybody have a fantastic day. Happy Wednesday to you.